Hello, everyone, and welcome to Module 3, Meeting Process. By the end of this video, you'll understand how the chair and vice chair roles are appointed and what they do exactly. You'll appreciate the need for meeting and behavior expectations, understand how to create a strong agenda, and gain a better understanding of motions.
Who's she talking to?
She says the internet.
Lastly, you'll understand when and how to make minority reports. Man, I love Tom Cruise in that movie.
Amen.
So, how is everyone today?
Good.
Good. I'm hungry.
Lovely. This is where the magic happens. This is where most, if not all, of the work of SEAC members is done. That's why we give these out. SEACs are required to meet 10 times per school year. Generally, that means boards hold their meetings once a month from September to June. School boards provide meeting rooms, they advertise the date, time, and place of the meeting, and they provide someone to take minutes. Thanks for being here, Carol. Oh, take this down for me while you're at it. Is a banana nature's chocolate bar? Oh, this one too. Why is it called the roof of a mouth when it's more of a ceiling? Oh, probably best to put my musings on a different document. Back to the subject at hand. In order for a SEAC meeting to happen, there must be a quorum of members.
Quorum?
Quorum is when the majority of members are in attendance. For example, for our committee, we have 10 and we need 6 for quorum. If you don't have quorum, you need to ensure that SEAC makes up this meeting at some point to fulfill the minimum requirement of...
10 times a year.
Right you are, Ted. You were listening. Now, do we have enough to begin?
Yeah.
Lovely. The chair is a very important position, a role of great magnitude that allows this committee to run smoothly. The chair is responsible for setting agenda items with the guidance of the committee and maintaining the flow of meetings. The chair should ensure that everyone has the opportunity to speak and that meetings are conducted professionally. The chair is a very impressive specimen. Who's the chair?
You're the chair.
Uh-huh. Now, the vice chair and the chair are elected by the SEAC members as defined in the regulation. An effective practice is for each school board to have their own policy which outlines the term and qualifications of these positions. These policies should also include the responsibilities of the positions, how they are elected and or re-elected, and how the meeting will run if both members are absent from the meeting. Now, personally, I've never missed a meeting. Right, Carol? Oh, put this down. If nothing sticks to Teflon, how does Teflon stick to the pan? Have a think on that. Now, SEAC members are responsible for their own conduct. That means that they should remember they are representatives of their organization, and while personal experience can inform discussion, decisions should be made in the best interest of all students, right? As part of orientation and training for SEAC members, there should be a discussion about meeting expectations of behavior and conduct of business. So, what can we expect from each other?
Arrive on time?
Yes.
Be courteous. Be prepared.
Like?
Like reviewing the agenda.
Yes. The agenda is what drives the activities and outlines what will be covered in each meeting. It is recommended that the agenda be sent to all members 5 business days in advance, and it should be developed collaboratively. And, of course, if you have relevant documents or presentations...
We should provide them in advance.
Because
it gives us time to review the materials.
and be prepared.
And we should also not interrupt other speakers.
Or dominate the discussion.
We should also discourage little side meetings and conversations. No?
It may be wise to identify critical tasks or such in the meeting and maybe determine which items need voting.
Quite right, Ted. Quite right. And what about behavior during presentations and discussions?
Stay focused.
And on time.
It's good to identify all concerns and state them right then and there.
Yes. And again, all of this can be found in the agendas. Carol, what does our agenda have for us?
Our agenda includes columns indicating whether an item is being presented for information only, discussion, or decision, and a column to indicate if supporting documents are required. There's also a business arising section to track the follow-up on action items from previous meetings, and a future agenda item section to track the topics of interest.
And any subject we need to table or park, we can ask Carol to write down for future discussion. Thank you, Carol. What about at the end of the meeting?
It's good to review what needs to be done and when.
Yes, meeting action items.
Determine what needs to be included in the meeting minutes.
That's what Carol is for, right, Carol?
And end on time, ideally.
Yes, or we could ask for a motion to extend the meeting if we want to chat some more. Speaking of motions, some SEACs may only make a few motions a year with regard to the special education plan and budget, whereas others may make many. The procedures differ from board to board based on the bylaws, so it's important to refer to the rules of committee meetings for your particular board. Now, in simplified terms, a motion is used when a member wishes to propose an idea.
I'm hungry, I move for pizza.
Oh, that's not actually how it works, Dwight.
I would like to move a motion. Be it resolved that SEAC recommends to the Board of Trustees that we should all order a pizza.
Well, that actually is the proper procedure. After a motion has been made, another member seconds it, meaning that they agree with it. Is there a seconder for the motion of pizza?
I'll second that motion.
All right. Well, now, once the motion has been made and seconded, it can be discussed. Hands up for who would like to speak to the motion. Of course you would. Dwight, why don't you begin?
Well, I support this motion because I'm hungry. Brian's always hungry, and I know there's a great pizza joint around the corner that makes a fabulous Canadian. So why don't we just get 24 slices and make it simple?
Chris, thoughts?
Oh, I'm all for this motion. I just need some clarifications on the toppings.
Dwight?
Oh, well, Canadians got bacon, pepperoni, and mushrooms.
Chris, a response?
Oh, I support this motion.
Ted?
Oh, I'll eat anything.
Brian?
Well, bacon makes me sad. Can we get a vegetarian?
Noted. Carol?
Non-voting school rep here, remember?
Right. Chris? Vegetarian?
I'm going to speak against the vegetarian because the Canadian sounded much more appealing to me.
Brian?
What if we get 2 large pizzas and make one of them a vegetarian?
It sounds like there is support to make a change to the motion. Carol, could we amend it to have 1 Canadian and 1 vegetarian?
Sure thing.
Is this suitable to the mover, Dwight?
I agree with the change.
Wonderful. Carol, may we hear the amended motion?
Sure. Be it resolved that SEAC recommends to the Board of Trustees the purchase of 1 12-slice Canadian pizza and 1 12-slice vegetarian pizza.
Excellent. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I will call for a vote. All those in favor, please raise your hands. All those opposed? I didn't think so. The motion is carried.
Yes.
Usually motions have to do with the meetings and not food, and the members don't always agree so easily. If the majority of the members present approve the motion, it is passed and becomes part of the record of the meeting. If a circumstance arises where some members do not agree with the majority vote on the motion, they can submit a minority report.
I always think of Tom Cruise.
Me too.
Usually, minority reports are related to the process or content of the annual special education plan or budget. Now, presenting and writing minority reports can be confusing, and there is often uncertainty about what comes afterwards. An effective practice is to hold training sessions and to include information about minority reports in the SEAC orientation manuals.
Vanessa, now who can submit minority reports?
Good question, Ted. Minority reports can be submitted by 1 or more members of SEAC who do not agree with the approved motion. Now, thankfully, everyone likes pizza. The minority report should explain which motion is the subject of the report, the reason for objecting, and the rationale for an alternative motion. It is then signed by the members and submitted to the chair as part of the record of the meeting. Now, any minority reports that have to do with the annual special education plan or budget should be included in the plan. Lastly, we have these fancy-schmancy meeting and committee evaluation forms. An example can be found in the PAC on SEAC handbook. Such surveys can be used to find out if members are satisfied and to seek out ideas on how to improve procedures. This gives all members an opportunity to provide feedback anonymously that may help to strengthen SEAC. Just remember to put your name on it. I'm kidding. I'm such a joker, eh, Carol? Of course. Ah, look at that. Perfect timing, Dwight.
Well, I motion we eat.
Seconded.
Third.
3rd, 4th, 5th.
6th.
Non voting member.
Right.